Hi there, I'm here to do your party training video. My name's Nikki Downs and I'm a TA with Anne Summers Party Plan. So, before you get to the party, you've probably already had your build-up, so you've bought yourself a rail, and also I want you to think about what you're wearing. So you need to be wearing something that's smart because that will reflect your business. Once you get to the party, introduce yourself to the hostess and set up your rail. If you set up your rail and have your toys placed nicely and your lubes and things, then it's a great shop window for when your guests arrive. Once the guests arrive, intermingle with them, speak to them, welcome them to the party, you know, make them feel as if they're really appreciated and that you're glad that they're there. While setting up, you'll have your catalogues. What I'd ask you to place in your catalogues is an order form, okay, and hand one of these to each guest as they arrive. What I say to them is that they need the catalogue to lean on for maybe the written games, and also it then gives them the order form for the rest of the evening if they decide to buy anything. So that's a really important thing to do. Okay, so you've welcomed your guests. When you introduce yourself to the whole room. So I would say something like, "Hi, I'm Nikki. I am your party plan ambassador for this evening. I'd just like to thank the hostess for having me in her house. You know, just let her know that she's that you're grateful that she's booked a party and that you're excited to do the party for them." What we'll then do is an icebreaker game. So an icebreaker game you can get off your upline. You can get it from anywhere you like. There's some on the internet. You'll find them in your team pages and also on the regional pages. So once they're in, they've done the icebreaker. Hopefully that will have made them laugh because it is a lot of fun. Then we're going to tell them how the evening's going to run. So I would say, right, so your party for this evening, firstly we'll go through the underwear section of the catalogue, then we'll have a break. In that break we can do bra fits, a raffle and a more physical game, and then afterwards we'll do toys, and then it'll be your time to order if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, so you've explained to them what you're doing. Okay, then next I will start to show them the items from the catalogue. This is where it's a really good idea to have your own personal copy of the catalogue, and in there you can write notes next to everything, so, or you can highlight things that are important. So for instance, it's quite an important selling point that goes up to a 38G. You know, not many companies do bikinis that go up that large. Pick up on things that, you know, the Knickerbox range, know your products, and you shouldn't go far wrong. You can keep this as kind of your script for the first few weeks, and you can use it, and each time you learn something from customers or from somebody that is in your upline or in your team, you can write little notes in just to make sure that you've got them there and to hand so you never falter when you're speaking. Okay, so what I would do is I'd pick an item. So let's go for this one here. So this is the Matera high waist bikini brief. A great selling point for this is that it's high waist. A lot of ladies are paranoid about their tummies or their mummy tummy. So make it relatable to problems that you might have yourself. Like if you're paranoid about your tummy like I am, then this is a great product for you to wear because it covers those lumps and bumps but it's still very sexy. Other items that you could point out, always good selling points, are how much padding that they have in them, whether the larger cups have padding in, what size the cup goes up to. Also, you've got to take into consideration that some ladies like a plunge, which is where your cleavage plunges into the middle, so you've got the support from the sides and the cleavage is here. Or you've got balcony, which sits your breasts on top of the cup, so your cleavage would be on the top. We also offer boost ranges, but do ask your upline if you're not confident with those lines, and you can make notes into your catalogue to use at your parties. What I tend to do is pass the items around, point out great selling points, tell them how much the lace has come on since the 1980s when we first started, how the products have changed, how we're always trying to improve the quality of the product. And if they ask you questions, if you don't know the answer, just say, look, I don't know at the moment, I'm just going to ask my upline. Send your upline a message and they'll be able to give you the information. The quality of the products is so high and it's one of the best selling points that I have, which is why parties are so good, because they get to see the product before they buy. Okay, in the break, once you've come to the end of the lingerie section, in the break, I normally say to them, right, we're going to have a break now, go and smoke, refill your drinks. If you'd like to go and eat something from the buffet. I normally tell them they can't leave until they've eaten everything from the buffet, because that's what the hostess has told me. You know, just keep the party flow sort of flowing along. And then I'll say, right, I'm going to do a raffle, okay? So you will need to have raffle tickets when you go to do a party. This is a great way to boost your earnings, and it's also a chance for them to take something home on the night, which is what a lot of ladies like. If you're not too sure on how to do a raffle, then just ask your upline for some further training. I tend to sell my raffle tickets at £5 for one strip or 3 strips for a tenner. And then I say to the ladies, what you put in money, I'll put back in prizes. So I match the prizes to the amount of money I've taken for raffle tickets, so they can see what they're getting for their money. And this tends to help me sell a few more raffle tickets. Okay, so once I've collected the raffle money, everyone's back in the room. I'm going to draw my raffle. You can do it as a normal raffle, which everybody knows how to do, or a bitch raffle. The bitch raffle will be explained in another video. Okay, then I'm going to get them to play a more physical game. There are loads of games for Ann Summers, and one of my favourites is where you tie a bit of string around the lady's waist with a marshmallow hanging between their legs, and you get someone behind them and they have to swing their hips until the lady behind them has managed to eat the marshmallow. There's also games to do with balloons, there's games to do with spoons, there's games to do with anything. So do make sure that if you're not sure of the new games, that you ask your upline to tag you in the Bumper Games book. And also, if you ever have a good game idea, then be sure to let your upline know, because it's great to share ideas, because we all like to have something new and fun to do at parties. Once the physical game is done, I will then go on to the toy section of the catalogue. By toy section, I mean your bondage items, your toys, your lubes and your novelties. Okay, I send the toys around on the highest setting, and I get them to test them on their nose, on this bit of the hand here, on the ear. And the reason that we do this is because it's got the most sensitive nerve endings in, which are similar to downstairs. So what I'd like to say is, if it tickles, it's the one for you. If it makes you sneeze, it's definitely the one for you. And they have a lot of fun passing toys around. Make sure you pass them around. Encourage them to press the different buttons. You know, they will probably take lots of selfies and things, and make it quite a fun section of the catalogue. Encourage them to do this. You know, you want them to have fun. It's not all about the hard sell, it's about them having a good night and you selling from it. Once I've done the toy section of the catalogue and also the bondage section, in the bondage section I do have hog ties, so I like to hog tie one of the guests up just to show them, and that normally causes quite a scream. Once that's done and all the catalogue's been explained to them, you will come to the back of your catalogue. A great reminder at this time that you need to ask them if they might be interested in earning a few more pennies from joining your team. Parties are great for recruits, and somebody might see how you've done it and think, well, I can do that, so I'll do it too. So do ask if anybody's interested in joining your team, and then pass the details on to your upline. Another thing that you need to be doing at this stage of the evening is asking if anybody would like to book a party with you. Party means rewards for the hostess, so if they have 2 party bookings and the £150 guest sales, then the hostess will get the hostess gift of that month. Okay, then you invite them to order. Give them time, they'll probably have had a few drinks by now. Answer their questions, you know, sit there and listen to what they're saying. Try and encourage them to explain to you what they're after, what situation they're in that they would like you to help with. That's a great way of encouraging sales. Always remember your link selling. If somebody buys a vibrator, they'll need batteries and lube and BuzzFresh. That's 3 extra products that you might not have they might not have thought to add on to their order. Okay, the order forms are quite straightforward. The details that you'll need are the customer name, the customer address, telephone number and email. We send texts via GoToPay, which is explained in a different video. We don't take any card details away from the party anymore. They can pay in cash, they can pay by cheque, and this is the form that they'll fill in. They'll fill in the form. All you need to do is make sure that they've added up the price right. You've either texted them for their payment. If there's postage, add it on. So £35 or over orders are free postage. Under £35 is £2.95 postage. So encourage them to get the free postage. It's a great selling point for you. Make sure that it's all filled in correctly. You've definitely got the details that you need to do the transaction, And then what you'll do is you'll pull off your order form and you'll pop it into your party record envelope. These are great. These are going to be your best friend. You can just use a plain envelope, but Ann Summers do have them printed out for you. So what you'll find with your party record envelope is that as the night goes through, once you've sent your text messages out for payment, pop the order form in here. If someone pays you in cash, pop the cash and the order form in here. That means that everything is kept together and you know that you've not spent anything on the way home, or you've not dropped any money. All in here. What you do is you put each order in, I'll bring it a bit closer, is you write the name of the customer, write the amount that the customer's order is, and then how they've paid. Okay? Do this for every single guest, and then at the end you'll have the total guest sales. Okay? What you'll know by now, if you've seen the video of what hostesses get from having a party, is that if the guest sales are £150 or over, they get 10% of the guest sales to spend on themselves. Okay, so what this does is it breaks it all down for you. It does the maths for you. And if you ever get stuck at a party, just message your upline or a team friend and get them to help you work out the discount. Okay, so these are, everything goes in here, including the fairy wishes. So if you've hostess coached your hostess to the mostess, then she will have sold her fairy wishes for you. If she sold her fairy wishes, she'll hand you £100 cash because she'll have sold 50 squares at £2. This is not to be drawn until the end of the night. So what you want to do is encourage all the orders to be in first. The reason being is it's not to be used against any other order. For the winner has to have a separate order of the £50 that they've won to spend from the fairy wishes. The hostess is allowed the fairy wish money off her order as part of the hostess benefits and as a thank you for selling them for her. So you've collected your orders, you've put everything in here, you've said thank you to everybody, you've packed down. All you need to do then is go home, put your order on once all the payments are complete, and then you get your earnings. Okay. If there are any other questions you have regarding this video, then just ask your upline or ask a team member, or give someone an inbox that will know the answer. And you should be partying like a pro in no time. Thank you for listening. Thanks.